Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Fred and Lily, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is her ability to understand and respond to her obedience commands, the corrections and the motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred's using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give the correction, and the only correction that we give here at school is a little tug and let go on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Lily's going to come home with her very own training collar, and you'll be taught how to use that during your lesson when they go home. Now she's sitting very nicely at Fred's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done, and the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. The command is Lillie heel, and at this point her job is to walk nicely next to Fred's left, not forging ahead or lagging behind, and each time that Fred stops his feet, Lillie has been taught to sit automatically to wait for her next command. So that when you're walking down the street with your girls, you have them well under control, and they're walking like ladies, and when you stop to talk to a neighbor or cross the street, they sit automatically and wait for their next command. And the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command. Fred uses the open flat of his palm about an inch or so from her muzzle and the one-word firm command to stay. The long sit stay when you're practicing at home is for 1 minute, working up to 3 minutes. And you can practice this indoors as well as out. When Fred returns back to her, he walks all the way around her, returning all the way back around to heel position. As an additional distraction, he gives her a little pat for praise, and they take off heeling again. I think that one of the most common complaints that we hear is that my dog pulls me on a walk and isn't a lady or gentleman when I am stopping to talk to someone. And that's what this exercise is all about. Fred leaves her in another sit stay, and you can practice your stationary exercises indoors as well as outdoors with the dogs together or separate. This time, instead of returning back to her, Fred will call her. This is the recall or the come on command. She comes right in front of him and sits facing his knees, and then she returns back around to heel position and sitting. Very nicely done. He leaves her again in another sit stay. He uses her name and lightens his tone of voice, calls her in, praises her on the way in, coming to you should always be praised, and then has her return back around to heel position and back sitting. Very nice. Now we're going to set up to demonstrate for you our down commands. These again are stationary exercises which help to develop focus, keep your dogs more calm and settled, and can be practiced indoors as well as out. All of your commands should be incorporated into your everyday living situations. Fred's going to use the open flat of his palm straight down toward the ground and the one-word command to down. Then he leaves her in a stay, and when you're practicing this at home in your air-conditioned living room, she can be expected to stay for 3 to 5 minutes. When Fred returns back to his dog, he will walk all the way back around her, returning all the way back around to heel position, and again, she expects to get another command. He gives her a little pat for praise, and he's going to demonstrate that down from the heel one more time. Your dogs have done a fabulous job at school, they really have. Fred drops her into a down, right next to his left leg. And remember, each time you return or call the dog, they expect to get another command. This time Fred's going to call her out of this. She's like, all right already. It's hot out here. And then he returns her back around to heel position and back sitting. And the very last exercise that we're going to demonstrate is our down from a distance. Fred is going to leave his dog in a sit-stay. He walks out to the end of his training leash. He's going to use his right hand to give the command and drop her into a down. Perfect. Perfect little girl. Good job. Now we've demonstrated for you your heel, your automatic sit, your stay, your down from a distance, and your come. These are the exercises that you're going to practice with your dogs when you get them home. They've done a really, really good job, and we'll answer any questions that you have about the training process when you come to get them. We've enjoyed having them, and thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.